Look, I understand that a lot of anime fans enjoy watching shows like Naruto and Bleach, and all the other crap that follows the same sort of shit as these shows. But let's be honest, who in the right mind wants to sit down for 600 episodes of the same bullshit over and over again? I'm not trying to attack what you like, I just think it's utter garbage. With that out of the way, let's get on with the review. As I mentioned in my Golden Time review, I had a hard time explaining what the actual fuck happened in Attack on Titan. Now yes, I was a little bit drunk, but my point is still valid. I do enjoy some action anime, don't get me wrong. I liked Full Metal Alchemist, but even that managed to get across some very dark tones in places. But what I think Attack on Titan lacks is something to keep me interested in what is going on in the world. There is no real drama going on, and no massive plot twists that make me want to punch a puppy. All we get is the same sort of shit. I guess I should explain myself a bit before you start raping the comments section and sending me death letters. And I think I have just the point that can get all the fanboys to shut the fuck up. Pretty much slap bang in the middle of the series, Aaron and the gang all set off to do some recon work, and let's just say everything goes tits up for them. Let's just pause here for a second. First off, why the fuck would you even want to go out in the wilderness, where there are human-like monster giants that would gladly have a serving of McAaron sandwich? I just don't see the point in them doing that at all. But anyway, as I was saying, they decided to go out in the wilderness to do something but end up getting owned by some big giant lady monster. Now this would be good if it was maybe 1 or 2 episodes of this shit, but we have to sit through several episodes of them, hiding in trees, trying to catch her and getting eaten. It just seems like a waste of time if you ask me. The plot is pretty simple. Everyone in the world is pretty much dead after the world is taken over by giant human-like monsters that eat humans. So the survivors build this huge wall that keeps them all safe. But obviously things go tits up for them when a giant monster breaks down the walls and lets in loads of smaller giant monsters. Aaron's mum gets eaten, there is some shit about a key, and that's pretty much the end of that. We then jump cut to several years or months later, where they are trying to get into the Recon Corps, which is obviously a bad fucking idea, seeing as though in the first episode it shows us that these guys are just doing nothing to progress their society in any way. If I remember correctly, there was also some shit about an apple. Fuck knows where they were heading with that subplot, but it happened. Then the big giant monster comes back to break down another wall, and the new recruits are there to stop him, but fail, and then Aaron gets eaten, and now he can magically turn into one of the monsters. Yeah, wasn't really explained either. So the government decides it would be best to send his ass over to the Recon Corps as punishment? Fuck knows. All I know after this point is more stuff goes down, some talking, we meet a weird lesbian that gets horny over the Titans, and then the messed up jungle episode happens. Yeah, if you can't tell, I really couldn't follow the plot of Attack on Titan. Pretty much after all that crap, the show just ends, with no real conclusion. Maybe I missed out a couple of episodes, I'm not too sure. But the last thing I remember happening was they fought against the big lady who was their friend and they won? With the plot out of the way, let's get onto the music. The first opening was awesome, it really got me pumped up to watch the series. It was sort of Latin or German, I'm not too sure, but it sounded pretty cool. But for some messed up reason they decided to just up and change it for some different shitter opening. It was by this point I started skipping the OP, which is something I don't do often. The animation wasn't that bad, it felt a little bit like Death Note crossed with Full Metal Alchemist to me. I don't know if it was the same animators, but for the most part it seemed pretty fluid, and the characters were well drawn. In places though, they stick in this god-awful 3D CG shit, which as I explained in my last video, makes my eyes want to vomit. I guess this technique can sometimes work, but it just seems off to have these 2D characters running about in a 3D space. It feels really unnatural and really destroys my immersion. My final verdict is this anime is shit. Don't watch it, just watch something better. If you enjoy action stuff, that's fine. There are plenty of better action anime out there. One such is Kara no Kyokai. There are 6 films out, some around 40 minutes, others around 2 hours, and they are great, full of some really good fight scenes. And obviously if you haven't watched them yet, there is also Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist, including the Brotherhood stuff as well. If you could like, comment and subscribe, that would be really nice. I'll greatly appreciate it.